In our previous class, we learned few problems related to the chapter motion in a plane. So today we will continue the same thing. We will solve few more problems related to the chapter motion in a plane. So ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಈಸಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅವು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅದಾವೆ. ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೇನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವೆ, ಅದರ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವೆ. So don't get scared with the solutions. Please go through the video once or twice if you don't understand the problems. So here is the first question. An insect trapped in a circular groove of radius 12 cm moves along the groove steadily and completes 7 revolutions in 100 seconds. So what he is saying is, there is an insect which is trapped in a circular groove. So now you have an idea of what is the path. The path is circular. So this circular path has got a radius how much? 12 centimeter. So you have a circular path and that has got a radius 12 centimeter. And this insect moves in this circular path steadily, constantly, and this insect completes 7 revolutions in given 100 seconds. So it completes 7 rounds in 100 seconds. So this is what the question is. Now what is the angular speed and the linear speed of the motion? We have to find what will be the angular speed of this insect and what is the linear speed of the motion. So this concept I have discussed in the centripetal acceleration part. Now this B bit, is the acceleration vector a constant vector? What is its magnitude? So he is asking whether this vector, acceleration vector, is a constant vector or not, or whether this acceleration vector is changing with time, or whether this acceleration vector is changing with direction. And if this is a constant vector, then what could be its magnitude? So this is what the question. Now we have a uniform circular motion. Why? Because the insect is moving steadily in a circular groove. So that gives us a uniform circular motion. So in uniform circular motion, we have learned what is centripetal acceleration, what is v, that is velocity, v is equals to r omega, and what is AC in terms of omega, that is omega square r, and we also learned omega v AC in terms of frequency and time period. So those concepts we have to use to solve this problem. So why this is uniform circular motion? Because the insect is moving in a circular groove with a steady motion. Now, so data given is r is equals to 12 centimeter. So the radius of the circular path is 12 centimeter. Now the angular speed omega we have to find. Omega is not known to us, but we know omega is equals to 2 pi f, or omega is equals to 2 pi nu. So f or nu are the same. So f here denotes the frequency, nu also denotes the frequency. We have radius, we have to find what is omega, but the frequency of the insect is not given, but what is given to us is the number of revolutions in 100 seconds. So you have to use this time period to find frequency. So frequency is 1 by time period. So I can write omega is equals to 2 pi, f is 1 by t. So this is what f in terms of time period. Now we know 2 into pi can be written as 22 by 7 multiplied by how many revolutions? 7 revolutions divided by time period is 100 seconds. So if you solve this, you get directly 0.044 rad per second. So omega or the angular speed can be written in terms of rad per second. So rad per second is the unit for the angular speed. Now let us find linear speed. Linear speed is denoted by V. So we know the formula for V. V is equals to omega into R. So here we have found what is omega and we know what is the radius of the circular path, and this radius is in centimeters. So you are not using the SI unit, that is meters. So you are using centimeters. Then you should write the unit appropriately with respect to this data. So V can be written as omega is 0.44 per second multiplied by 12 centimeter. Now if you multiply this, you get 5.3 centimeter per second. So this is what the linear speed V is. Now what is he has asked, is the acceleration vector a constant vector? So he is asking whether the acceleration of this insect is a constant vector or not. So the direction of the velocity V is tangent to the circle at every point. So if you take a circle, so let's suppose your insect is this. So the radius of this circle is how much? 12 centimeter. So now if you want to find the direction of the insect in a circular path, then the direction of velocity will be tangent to the circle, to this circle at every point. You can take at this point, at this point, at this point, at this point, at this point. So anywhere or at any point on the circle, the velocity vector will be tangent to the circle. So acceleration is directed towards the circle. Now if this particle or if this insect is moving in this direction, so let's suppose this insect is moving in this direction. Now the acceleration of this insect will be directed inwards. So this is acceleration, this is velocity. Velocity will be tangent to the circle at every point, but the acceleration will be directed towards the center of the circle. Why? Because I have said why this acceleration will be directed inwards in the centripetal acceleration. So if you don't understand this, then you can go back to that concept and learn. And this direction, so this direction of the insect is changing continuously. Therefore, acceleration here is not a constant vector. So the insect is changing its direction at every point on the circular path. So if insect is asked to move in the straight line, then the direction of this insect is in one direction. But if you observe this, at this point the direction of insect is different, at this point the direction of insect is different, at this point the direction of insect is different. So hence acceleration here is not a constant vector. but the magnitude of acceleration, so you can write A is equals to omega square r. So this gives the magnitude of acceleration. You know the omega, we found it just now, that is 0.44 per second square, and r is 12 centimeter. So that gives 2.3 centimeters per second square. So this is the magnitude of acceleration. Hope this concept is clear to you all. So there is nothing big in this. So ಅವ್ರೇನು ಕೇಳಾರ, ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಗ್ರೂವ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಕತ್ತೈತಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ 12 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್. ಆ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟು 7 ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ 100 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ. ಸೊ 7 ರೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ 100 seconds. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ನಾವು ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಸೇ the acceleration vector is a constant vector or not. So if it is not a constant vector, then we have to find its magnitude. ನಮಗೇನದ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಇಸ್ 12 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್. ಒಮೆಗಾ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 2πf, ಆರ್ ಒಮೆಗಾ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಬರೀಬೋದು 2πν. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಫ್ ಎರಡು same quantities. So we can write nu or f. So ನಮ್ಮ frequency ಅಂದರೆ 1/time period ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತದ. So you should change formulas according to your problem. ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ನೀವು ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 2π f is what 1/t. ಸೊ 2 into 22/7 into 7/100 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಆರ್. ಒಮೆಗಾ ನಾವು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೀವಿ, ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಫೈಂಡ್ or if you multiply omega r, then you will get v. Next, acceleration constant vector ಐತಿಲ್ಲೋ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ದಾಗದ. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ if you are given an insect which is moving in a straight line, ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪಾತ್. ಅದ್ರ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ದಾಗ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಿ acceleration vector is not a constant vector, but the magnitude of acceleration vector can be written as A is equals to omega square r, and A came around 2.3 centimeters per second square. So this is the solution for the 11th question. 12th question. A cyclist starts from the center O of a circular path of radius 1 kilometer, reaches the edge P of the park, then cycles along the circumference and returns to the center along OQ as shown in the figure. So this diagram I will draw below. If the round trip takes 10 minutes, what is the net displacement, average velocity, average speed of the cyclist? So equation again I will draw the diagram below. So now I will draw the diagram, but what he is asking, so now in find ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ net displacement, average velocity, average speed. So hope the difference between average velocity and average speed is clear to you all. So net displacement I have explained well. So let us find what could be these three quantities. So if a cyclist is moving in a circular path, Then, so a cyclist starts from the center O. So his journey is starting from the center O of the circle. So this is the center of the circle. Now this radius of the circle is 1 kilometer and reaches edge P of the park. So this is the edge of the park, that is point P. Then cycle moves along the circumference and returns to the center along OQ. So this cyclist, what he'll do, he'll move along the circumference and come back to the origin from the line OQ. So this is QP. So he has moved along the circumference of the park or a circle. So this is the overall distance that the cyclist has travelled. So the radius of the circle is 1 kilometer. Now, so we know whenever a body starts from this point and completes one rotation and ends up moving to the same point, then displacement will be 0. So ಈಗ ಸೈಕ್ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಫುಲ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸೇಮ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 0. That is, overall displacement that is covered by a cyclist is 0. Next, radius of the park is given. R is equals to 1 kilometer. Now, this cyclist returns to its initial state, therefore net displacement will be what? It will be 0. So he has started from this point, he went to the point P and then he went to the point Q and then he returned to the same point O. So displacement will be 0. Is 0. Now, average velocity. So we found what is net displacement. So this is A. Average velocity. So that we don't know. AV we don't know. So let us find what will be average velocity. So to find average velocity, we have a formula. AV, average velocity, is equals to total displacement divided by total time taken. So we know the displacement of the cyclist is 0 divided by total time taken. So 0 by anything is 0. So AV is equals to 0. So we found average velocity also. Now next C. We have to find average speed of the cyclist. Average speed is again question mark. So average speed can be written as the total distance travelled divided by total time taken. So now AS, to find AS, first we have to find total distance. Total distance will be equals to what? So if you observe here, a cyclist has started from the origin O, that is, so from O to P he goes, and then from P to Q and from Q to O. So here it is 1 kilometer and here it is 1 kilometer. So if you observe this, so this is the curved path. But if you take or if you cut this circle in 4 parts, then what will be the distance of this path? So it will be 1 by 4 into 2 pi r. So what is 2 pi r? 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle. So he has travelled 1 by 4th of the circumference. So the total path can be written as OP plus actual path travelled plus what is that? QO. Now we know OP is R plus QO is again R. But this is 1 by 4 into 2 pi R. So if you cancel this, 2 1s, 2 2s. So 2R plus pi R by 2. So this is left. Now if you substitute, R is how much? 1. Plus pi is 22 by 7 and this 2 and this 1. So 2 1s, 2 11s and this is 2. So 2 plus 11 divided by 7. So that gives 25 by 7 kilometers. So this is the distance. But we need time taken. So he has taken 10 minutes. Time taken is how much? So it is 10 minutes. So 10 minutes should be converted to the hours because here you have distance in kilometer. So you should write time taken in hours. So then average speed will be kilometers per hour. So I can write 10 divided by 60 hours. So that means 1 by 6 hours. So now if you calculate average speed. So distance is how much? 25 divided by 7 and there's time taken, that is 1 divided by 6. So now if you solve this, then you get 21.43 kilometer per hour. So this is average speed. So we found what is the average speed of a cyclist who is moving in a circumference of the circle. So first ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 0 ಬಂತು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸೈಕ್ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಪಿಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯೂ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಓ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅವ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ. ಸೊ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ 0. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು? ಫೈನಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ 0 ಆಯಿತು. ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಟೈಮ್. ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಏನು? ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಟೈಮ್. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ total displacement ಬೇಕು. Total displacement is 0. So we need not to worry about time. So 0 by anything is 0. Next, average speed. Average speed find ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ total distance ಬೇಕು divided by time ಬೇಕು. So time ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನಮಗೆ 10 minutes ಅಂತಂದು. So distance ಹೆಂಗೆ find ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? So OP ಹೋಗ್ತಾನ, next PQ, next QO ಬರ್ತಾನ. So R plus 1 by 4th of circumference travel ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನ. ಯಾವಾಗಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P to Q ಹೋಗು ಮುಂದಾಗ. ಸೊ 1 by 4th of circumference travel ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನ. ಸೊ R plus 1 by 4 into 2 pi R plus R. So now if you solve, then you get distance is equals to 25 by 7 kilometer. Next, time taken. Time taken ಏನಂದ್ರೆ 10 minutes ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. So 10 minutes is equals to, we can write 10 by 60 hours. So 1 by 6 hours. So AS is equals to 25 by 7, 1 divided by 6, that is 21.43 kilometers per hour. So this is average speed. Now let us move to the next question. So next question, the ceiling of a long hall is 25 meters high. What is the maximum horizontal TAL So this is the spelling. So what is the maximum horizontal distance that a ball thrown with a speed of 40 meters per second can go without hitting the ceiling of the hall? So this problem is on the topic projectile motion. So the ceiling of the hall is how much? 25 meters high. The maximum horizontal distance that a ball thrown with a speed 40 meters can go without hitting the ceiling of the hall. So ceiling, hall the ceiling go 25 meters higher. The next one ball esitara. So the speed of the ball is the 40 meters per second. So now we have to find what is the horizontal distance. So this ball should go without hitting the ceiling of the hall. So we know that h is equals to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. And we also know what is r, u square sine 2 theta divided by g. So this is what? This is height attained by the projectile. This is horizontal range. So we are given with the data initial velocity. Initial velocity is 40 meters per second. So initial velocity can also be denoted by u. So initial velocity in 40 meters per second. Next, height of the hall is 25 meters. Now let the angle of projection of the ball be theta. So when the maximum height attained by it is 25 meters. So maximum height projectile adaga. So angle enirtati theta. So of the ball be theta. Next comma, when maximum height is so this is what? The angle. So h can be written as what? U square sine square theta divided by 2g. So this is h. So we know what is u square and we know what is g. G you can take 9.8. So h is given, we don't know what is theta. So let us write this formula in terms of sine square theta is equals to 2g h divided by u square. So next substitute the values. 2 into 9.8. H is how much? H is 25 divided by u square is there. 40 is u. So 4 4s 16. So there's 1 0. So if you take the square of 1 0, then you will get 00. Sine square theta. Now if you solve this, then you get sine square theta as 0.3063. Now if you take sine theta will be what? Root of 0.3063. So that you get as 0.5534. Now what you want? We want theta. So theta will be what? Sine inverse of 0.5534. So sine inverse of 0.5534 is 33.6 degree. So we found what is theta. So let us substitute this theta in r. So R is what? R is equals to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. So R we don't know. So u square is how much? 40 square. Sine 2 is there, and then theta we got it as 33.6 degree. Next, this is divided by g. We have taken 9.8. So the value of g is constant. It is 9.8. Now this is 1600 multiplied by sine of 672 degree. 67.2 degree. Next, this is divided by 9.8. Now if you solve this whole term, then you get R is equals to 150.5 meters. So this is R, or the maximum height that a ball can go without hitting the ceiling. So we found what is theta from using the formula H, and what is R by using theta from this value. So this is the solution.